Well, hello there, I'm Détroit. Today I have a very nice and relaxing video in mind for you. No crazy drawing challenge where I multiply my hands, no attempt to paint over a picture of my bunny. Today I am taking my time to draw something that's been on my list for a very long time. It's not the most incredible prompt I've ever had. In fact, it's hardly a prompt. It's just something I wanted to draw. I'm drawing 3 candle angels. I don't know why the word combination spoke to me. Maybe it's the rhyme. Sometimes you just have to let your mind wander and draw whatever rings nice in your ear. Candle Angel has been in my phone's notes for a very long time. I can't say when exactly because it was one of the first things I wrote on there. I know it's been on my list for at least half a year. Do you also have one of these lists when you do art or projects of the same caliber? I have a lot of notes regarding stories I want to tell. I'm trying to decide which ones to keep. For stories, it's really hard. Sometimes I have a genuinely good idea that I think would be worthy of a whole book. But because I'm already writing quite a lot regularly, and with the drawings and videos, I can't make them a reality. Some other story ideas are interesting but lack the consistency needed for a fully fledged standalone book or novel. Most of these types of stories I keep in mind for drawing videos. At least with the visual support I can still get the idea out there, and there is a dual strength to it. The story consolidates the drawing and vice versa. I am very imaginative, and I'm pretty sure if I wanted to, and if I had the time, I could write a short story for every drawing I do. Maybe a few pages long, probably between 2 and 10 pages, which would amount to maybe 15 minutes of storytelling. I am a storyteller, and if you don't agree, maybe the hundreds of people following my work on Royal Road and web novel would change your mind. Not that I want to brag or anything, it just feels nice to know people enjoy what I give them. Usually my drawing prompts are just crazy enough to allow a wild world building around them, which is my favorite part of writing stories. If we take this current drawing as an example, I could probably write pages on why these angels have been turned into candles. With their postures, it's also easy to imagine the dread that fills them. The story would probably be a bit dark, by the way. I would write about mortality, because these 3 characters are disappearing. They're burned away by their own flame. And I like to think that they all are on different stages of accepting their death. The story I would write would draw obvious parallels with grief. Like the angel on the left is terrorized, like they're on the floor holding their head. You know what, let's say that it's a he. All 3 are androgynous and not gendered, but I'm not used to them quite well. It's easier for me to say he at the top of my head. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, the one on the left has not accepted his fate at all. The one on the right, the cross-legged one, is lost in thoughts. He's trying to grab himself, unable to comprehend how the situation has come to this. Maybe the angels have been condemned by an omnipotent and merciless entity like a god or something. The central angel has come to full terms with his fate. Like, he knows he's dying and he's waiting patiently. He's cold, but there's still a flame burning and he has a longing for warmth. Like, he's holding himself in an almost fetal position, but he knows there's no recomfort to be had. This video turned grim all of a sudden. I didn't mean to, I'm sorry. Anyway, that's what I would write about, but in more details obviously, if I had to build a story around this drawing. This is why I consider myself a storyteller as much as an illustrator and writer. Talking about storytelling, I have a very good video coming up soon. A digital drawing process, but with an extended story. You see, I was making this extra large landscape scene when the idea popped into my mind. I'm not gonna reveal more about what it is yet, but I encourage you to subscribe and pay attention to the coming weeks for when I release it. The drawing is only about a third of the way done for now, so it won't be for next week though. I have to say, it's my most complex drawing to date. Compared to it, Waterdrop City was a walk in the park. I'm already about 10 hours in, and again, it's only a third done. I've basically just done the sketching and the line art for it. My goal with that drawing is to make a video that would be between 20 and 30 minutes long. any shorter and the drawing process would probably be all over the place and very nauseating. The story going with it will make a nice audiobook session to listen to while I draw the scene. I will also probably publish the written story to my Royal Road account as a standalone short novel, so that people who already follow me for my Xiangxia style of writing can see that I'm also doing other things. Plus, it's a nice way to tie in YouTube with that. There are about 400 people following me there, so if I can interest them enough, I hope they would join you and watch my videos too. Okay, enough about storytelling. Any more than that, and that would be considered spoilers for the video to come at some point in the future. Again, please subscribe using the red button below the video. That's a nice way for me to know that you're interested in my art and you'll be notified when the videos come out. It's a win-win. I started this recording session talking about notes in my phone. Currently, wait, let me check. I'll get back to you. Okay, currently I have 39 ideas for drawing and drawing videos. Some of them wouldn't be enough for a video unless I titled it miscellaneous, but most of them would be interesting enough and long enough to be featured on this channel. By the way, when I say that, I mean that I will draw all of them eventually. Those that don't end up in videos will still be posted to Instagram. The link to my Insta profile is in the description, by the way. I like to think that my list of drawing ideas don't make sense to anyone but me. I mean, it's probably true for anybody's phone notes, but it honestly looks like a dream journal. There's usually about half a sentence with real words, then a made-up word, and maybe the name of somebody whose art style would be nice with the idea. Others are like bathtub, synthwave, fisheye. It doesn't make sense and it's hard to say for me, but I know exactly what pops in my head with that prompt. Do you have that too? Okay, write your craziest phone notes in the comments. I could even draw your prompts one day if you want me to. Another thing I have everywhere in my notes is topics of animations. You've seen it already, I'm gently easing myself in the world of 2D animation. And by that I mean frame by frame animation. I love Photoshop too much to not use it to animate. The Adobe Animate software is just not for me, I guess, or I need a teacher to get into it properly. Now that I've made a few animations on my own, while most of them are too shitty to post online, I really want to get better and make more complex and funny ones. For example, I'm a fan of Game Grumps, and I absolutely love all the animations for funny bits. It works so well because you can find bits that are only a few seconds long and animate it however you want. Another great inspiration for that is Ice Cream Sandwich. Simple animations, funny bits, it just works. Maybe my comedic timing would be off for stuff like that, but my animating skills are also off, so who cares? In total, with all of that considered, that's about 50 different random prompts on the list, considering the stories, the drawings, the animations, everything. Some ideas are better than others, but I do want to make most of them come true at some point. Sometimes, some of them feel real dumb, but a few weeks later I look back at them and I'm like, that's the right time. This is the case for this drawing, the combination of candles and angels. I think the reason I put it off for so long despite having it in the center of my notes for months is because I didn't have a good visualization of the art style. But that's okay. Today I wanted to draw something simple. Not a hard challenge or anything. Sometimes you have to draw for the sake of enjoying yourself. I love sketching and I also love line art, so I did that. Easy, clean, not forcing myself for anything. Not that I usually force myself to draw something, but I do put constraints. For example, representing a certain emotion or using this type of style or something. Not today, baby. I left my brain back at work and now I'm just enjoying art in its purest form. Simply drawing. Even for the colors, I didn't put too much thought into it. I used cold colors with a dominance of light violet or blue. Of course, I used a different color for the flame on top of the candle, which also dictates the reflecting color. And that's basically it. I did that for the central character, and then followed the same format for the other two, just changing the secondary color. I mean, what else can I say? I guess this video is more like a podcast than a drawing tutorial. Maybe it is a tutorial in creativity. Keep lists of ideas always at hand, as long as you remember forever what your original idea was. And don't force yourself to follow your list in order. Wait until the time is right. Candle angels, all 3 of them. Consider subscribing if you want more relaxing drawing videos. I guess you should like the video too if you did like it, and as always follow me on my social media, all the links are in the description. I'm Détroit and I'll see you soon. Bye!